Hi there and welcome to Pixel Tones with me, Anthony. Today I'll be showing you my approaches and techniques in making pixel art. This is going to be a several part series, so be sure to subscribe to catch the latest updates. First things first, you need to find your inspiration. So I eventually decided to go for Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy has been known for various styles, being very flashy, very striking. He wears normally a lot of face paint, a lot of kind of neon colors, like maybe on straps on his forearms or like his orange belts. So as you can see, I'm busy looking for some good references to base my pixel art drawing on. Reference is key to actually making sure that what you're drawing pixel art-wise actually looks more or less like the object or thing you're trying to draw. So those are the few things you got to have. Once you have a good reference, you can get started. Alright, so I'm using Aseprite for this project. I've put my pixels about 160, 120, not too sure how much space I need. So in this beginning section over here, I'm busy creating layers. Now, layers help you control what you're doing. The more layers, the more control. Because if you make a mistake or if you want to move things around, the more layers you have, the more control you have over them. So I'm busy making like layers as from the head, the hair, the arms, or each arm individually, the torso, the legs, as well as the background. I normally start with the background first and then kind of work my way up. So as you can see, I start with the head, so I kind of know, I think the head's the most interesting part. You can add like a lot of detail. Normally the body, you kind of need to be a bit more, I don't know, let's just say the head is the most important part for me personally to get like a good starting. So I've noticed that Jeff Hardy's eyes are quite intense. So at this particular part, I'm kind of playing around with a very strong eyebrow line, if that makes any sense. As you notice, I am checking the reference quite on a regular, making sure that I'm not straying too much off the mark. And I also noticed that like Jeff Hardy's got a very nice, strong like jawline, so I wanted to also kind of enhance that and utilize that as something that you'll be able to easily identify him with. So with the nose as well, you don't want to put too much detail. You want to just say, yes, there is a nose, great stuff. So yeah, here's the part where I'm kind of working on the jawline. With regards to color palettes, if you're going for like skin complexion, I think it's nice to play around with multiple levels to give it a bit more depth. I mean, even putting very, very soft, slight touches, as in slight gradient changes, just to add that extra bit of texture, extra bit of depth. It really makes a very big difference. It's like the slightest touch can really make a big impression. Also like this part where it looks like Jeff Hardy had hair plugs, so I was pretty happy with that. At first I kind of wanted to make it kind of stripy, like he's had like a lot of highlights done. I eventually changed my mind after that because I didn't like the way it looked. The thing with pixel art is that you got to put time into it. You won't really be able to make it look nice and pretty and perfect when you first go. Well, normally you don't. But once you put in like a little bit more time and effort, then you know you're gonna get something special basically. So yeah, I was trying to draw a beard because I know Jeff Hardy has like some amazing, interesting looking beards, but I kind of just let it go. I have done beards before, don't get me wrong, but I figured just for this video to get started, I kind of want to just do the head for now, for this particular part. So I was like, well, let me just let him be clean shaven for this particular video. So yeah, I'm working on eyebrows and the eyes. You don't want to make the head too big. You kind of, I guess in pixel art, like the head's never really in proportion to the body as like normal kind of humans. You kind of need to, I'm going to be editing this a little bit, so don't stress. Yeah, so as you can see, like with the shading there, it really brings out his jawline, just like the bottom jaw. And so now I'm trying for the lips now. With the guy, you cannot really go pink or rosy colored lips. I feel that it stands out a bit too much. So what I do is just kind of use a darker skin tone to express that there is like a bit of depth or change in depth. And yeah, I was playing around the eyes. Maybe I could make it a bit more intense, a bit more focused. I think I'll leave it like that as for now. Also gave him like a little weirder looking lip ring. And as you can see, I think on this part I'm busy fixing up the hair. I don't like it because it's a bit too much. You kind of want to simplify things, but as well as give just the right amount of detail. So I kind of gave him like a little silver stripe in his hair. And just add like a little bit of shading, just like 1 pixel of shading there to add it, to make it look nice, to have a nice finish. So I think his head's coming out pretty well. I may have missed the ears, but that's something we can work on later. But you kind of want to have a good foundation, as in like a good head, I guess. Yeah, so it was interesting when I first recorded this. It turns out I wasn't recording and I wasn't filming or recording anything, so I was basically talking to myself for about 30 minutes. So that was, yeah, pointless. So yeah, I'm doing like kind of the sideburns here, doing a little bit of attention to the ears. I think I do mess up the ear on his right, but that's okay. It's always something we can fix up a little bit later. So yeah, I'm just fixing up his hairline, making sure that's kind of a symmetry, so it doesn't look like he's got any receding hairline on the one side of his head. Alright, cool. That about sums it up for part 1 of our video. So, of course, as you know, I'll be making some more videos making Jeff Hardy come to life in pixel form. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I'm really open to feedback, so guys, any kind of input you have, please feel free to leave those comments. I'll definitely incorporate a lot of feedback because this is kind of my first time trying this thing out. So thanks very much for watching, thanks for the support, and see you around. Cheers.